Alright, y'all. We are live on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus the Messiah, Yeshua the Messiah, if you speak Hebrew. We've got an interesting show for you guys today. I'm very excited to have a special guest. His name is Luke Skywalker. You might have heard of him. We will be live momentarily, guys. We will be live momentarily. Hang in there. Alright, y'all, we are live, and as usual, if we can get 750 likes, we will be doing a 0.025 Bitcoin giveaway. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to Robert Bonar holding it down with the wrench. Shout out to Trading Days. Shout out to Jagged Mountain. Shout out to Market Matt. Alright, guys, I want to quickly go over the charts before we bring in our guest, because we have had some very interesting things happen over the past few days. We were trading in this little range up here, and we were in there for 2 days, and like I said the other day, I almost had to go to the psych ward because we had these confused butt cheeks over here on Market Cipher B, and we weren't getting much price action, but we did happen to get into a short from right up here where the chickens drank water, and this was a level that we were looking at over here in the Discord. You can see that we had been looking at this very specific level right over here at about 39.2 to 39.5 for a potential short. And if we take a look at the chart, when we came up here, we can see that we were getting bearish divergences on Market Cipher B on the 4-hour time frame and down, which to me is always a short. And even down to the 1-minute time frame, we could see this very bearish signal, and you can see that we have dropped all the way down to where we're currently finding support at a weekly level. And this has been a really nice chunk of price action because Bitcoin's been trading very, very technically. In fact, all three of these bounces right here were very technical bounces. Not only right here, this first bounce, we actually bounced off of a naked point of control. And then down here, we did also bounce off a naked session point of control. And currently, we got our double bottom from the weekly, which made for some very nice trades. And in the Discord, we're absolutely destroying it right now, guys. Basically, all of these bounces are bounces that we were watching on the way down. And so we got the short, and then we got the bounces as well. Trade setups given in advance, guys. That's what's so great about technical analysis. You can be very relaxed while you trade, just waiting for price to come to your level. And then you look for your confirmations on Market Cipher B. One more thing I do want to say, guys, if we just zoom out real quick, this actually is just new, hot off the presses. Hot off the presses. We've got the point of control of the range that we're currently trading in right here. Bitcoin, just as we were beginning this stream, has lost that point of control. And the next major area of support that we should be keeping our eyes on, major area, there's other levels here, but we have come back inside the value area. We have lost now the point of control. And the next major area of support is going to be around this $35.5 thousand area where we have the value area low, as well as these previous areas of support. We have this double bottom down here. Definitely keeping my eyes on that. Anyway, this is definitely a good time to be trading Bitcoin because it's respecting levels very nicely. And with that being said, I would like to introduce our very special guest today. We have with us Luke from Toros Crypto. Luke, what is going on, man? How are you doing today?
I am good. I'm good. Thank you for having me again. And yeah, excited to be here. It'll be good to go over some price action and yeah, just have a look at the charts.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So I'm gonna actually come over into Discord and draw up your screen here so that we can take a look at your charts.
Yes,
But if you
I
could
will.
share your
I'll do
screen
the
with me,
screen share.
that'd be absolutely wonderful.
Yep. Hopefully, I haven't got my webcam on this time, so hopefully it means I can screen share without the audio going all weird. So let's give it a go. Otherwise, let me know if that all looks good to me.
Cool, man. Yeah, I
So
have no camera either. I'm too ugly.
I am today as well.
Cool, man. So
All right.
I do have to ask you, Luke. Well, first of all, are you in any trades right now? And if so, what trades and what are you looking at right now for the rest of the day and even for the rest of the week?
So yeah, I am in a couple of trades actually. Well, actually three right now. So I've got a short from the highs of the range. So this will be, like you say, when the chickens drank the other day. So we came up to the highs of the range, took the liquidity above the highs, swing fader pattern, chickens drinking, whatever it is, and then and getting the short off of that. Then I am still holding that at the moment. I have taken a little bit of profit, but generally with these swing shorts, I do like to hold them for a reasonable amount of time, give the market chance to stop me out almost on those. So still holding that. Then I have started scaling into, basically, instead of taking profit on this, I have started scaling into a long position down at these lows because we do have some divergence forming on here as well. So I did a update on my own channel. If anyone would like to have a look at that at some point after you've been watching this, I did do a little quick update on Bitcoin, just on what we can expect here. As you said, Jay, we do have the. I'm assuming you were looking at this point of control. We're kind of struggling to reclaim that level at the moment, but what we do have on here again is just some of the other oscillators are showing us that we've got some hidden divergence against. So with lower lows on the RSI, the MACD, and on CVD as well, but we're making a higher high on price. So there is a possibility that we can get a bounce here, in which case I'm looking a little bit higher. I mean, I've already, at this stage, this is just a swing long to offset the short that I'm in at the highs. Then other than that, there was a little scalp that I did take earlier, very similar situation. You come up here, you take out these highs, and then you can fade that back down because, I mean, overall, the market's not looking particularly strong at the moment. We are in a downtrend. So, generally speaking, the first time you come and take a high and you get that little change of market structure, you can expect to pull back. So,
Yeah,
where we are right now is just coming back into the golden pocket region. So, we have found support there. And we're also just kind of hanging around this VWAP. So just chopping around the VWAP. You got the initial balance, which was where price was just bouncing between the initial balance and the weekly earlier on. And that's about it. We're just having a very range bound day, like nice little scalps to be had on various levels. We also have this range point of control right on our daily open, which will be quite interesting. So we'll see if that can get a further move to the downside. And I think for me, the next trade that I'd be looking at is probably down here, this daily naked point of control. So if we do get one more move to the downside, I think this will very much be dependent on what the S&P 500 is doing as well. So I'm we're basically trading tick for tick with the SPX at the moment. So
right.
whatever that does, I would expect Bitcoin to follow suit. So um, I can pull that up in a minute and we can have a look at what that's doing right now. But if we do get a further move to the downside on the S&P 500, I would look for these lows to get taken and to come into this region. So far it's just we do have the potential change of market structure. So you can see as price is coming down, this level here being quite important. This is Monday's low. So the Monday low and the Monday high are always quite nice levels to base trades from. And I mean, I can just bring this over here, and we can see at the moment just holding that region. So this local golden pocket and this Monday low holding, which does give us a potential Trident, Quasimodo, whatever you'd like to call it, slight change of market structure coming back in to maybe form a higher low, and then we can look for continuation higher. But yeah, in terms of like levels above, I'm generally not quite as interested. I'm looking for shorts mainly at the moment.
Interesting, man. Interesting. So I've taken a lot of similar trades as you today. It's funny because a few days ago, I don't think I took any trades, and I was just sitting there bored out of my mind. And then today, I've taken 1, 2, 3, 4. I've taken 5 trades today. So it's been a pretty nice day for scalping, like you said, man. And yeah, I kind of have a similar, I guess, plan as you. Like definitely coming down to take that. This naked point of control that we have down underneath that. Well, actually, I don't have it on my chart right now, but we definitely do have an interesting level coming up pretty soon if we take out the lows that we put in earlier.
Yep.
I wanted to ask you, because a lot of people are starting to make a lot of bold predictions on various YouTube channels. I've seen people saying that. And well, actually, before we get into that, yeah, let's look at SPX here. Let's just take a look at what this is doing, because as you said, Bitcoin and the S&P have been pretty much trading tick for tick, as you say. So, what kind of insights can we gather from the S&P over here?
Yeah, sorry about that as well. I'm watching the stream on a delay, and I saw that you'd flicked back onto your charts. I was like, oh, just going to see what the SPX is doing, and then you'd already gone back onto mine. So by the time I'd seen the delay, we were already back on my chart. But yeah, I was just out of interest looking at this, and this is actually more or less what I thought would be kind of likely here. We have come down. I wanted it to take out this low just to grab some liquidity. And at that point, we were basically looking at something like this to come back and fill the gap. So yeah, it's kind of going along there. I was hoping this would take out these lows a little bit earlier on today. So just take out this, maybe go a little bit deeper. But I would like to see it search up back into this region. And it's just get a little bit of strength here, because at the moment, yeah, we're just on this little downtrend on the SPX. There's a long way down if like you've got a big void there as well, where not going to offer a lot of support. So it's interesting. Like the actual stock market itself is almost as volatile as crypto right now. So we've got Facebook's down 25% today.
Yeah, what the heck, man?
What,
yeah. Why did that happen? I heard about that, and I didn't actually. Did anything happen? Was there anything fundamental?
Earnings. So it's earnings season at the moment. So we're going through earnings season. Facebook had their earnings today, and it has been crushed. So it's taken out a low from like last year's low has been taken out, which is insane. 25% move down on the day, and yeah, not looking particularly strong. Although I would like to pick some up here, because that is a great little level to be looking for. Buying some, I guess. I don't really trade stocks, but I do buy and hold. So
oh, interesting. So you're a hodler of stocks.
Yeah,
a stock hodler.
Yeah, well, I'm not. I'm starting to hodl a little bit more on some stocks. It's yeah, nothing that I can. Yeah, nothing to sell at the moment because everything's down so much. So yeah, looking to start scaling into some decent things that have had a nice pullback, like Tesla recently has been really nice. There's a few others. PayPal's had a massive move down. Netflix has been crushed. So there's some really interesting stuff to try and pick up at the moment. So that's pretty good. But overall, yeah, S&P 500, I was looking for this move down, and then it's got a big gap above. So we will see if it can get any kind of strength at all. Otherwise, next support is
pretty low,
quite a long way down. Yeah, and then we're looking back onto the higher time frames, in which case you'd say golden pocket worked here, golden pocket worked here. So where would be the next logical level to look for some support? All the way down here. And if that happens, Bitcoin is going to not be happy about that at all. So yeah, we will see. That could be what gives us another macro higher time frame lower low again on Bitcoin if stocks don't hold up. I can't imagine this down here holding if we do get a big pullback in the S&P, because there's just so much correlation right now. But yeah, for now we're getting these divergences here. If stocks can show strength, then I think Bitcoin has a chance.
Yeah, I think that too. I mean, we've been seeing them trade like very similarly lately. I wanted to ask you actually about the Bitcoin chart because, you know, I'm just going to pull up my chart for a second here so that people can see what I'm talking about. But basically, you know, we've been trading here in this. Wow, my chart's super sloppy. I mean, we've been trading in this range here since when did we put in that low? I guess the 24th of January. And we're coming up to a really, really interesting place because we have if we do the year volume pull from, you know, the beginning of 2021, you know, just yesterday morning, I think it was, you know, when we had this last dump, we actually lost that value area. And if anybody is unfamiliar with what a value area is, it's basically just defining a fair value for the price of Bitcoin. And you can see here, every time that we come up above the value area, we come back into it. And every time we come below the value area, we come back into it too. And yesterday morning, we can see that Bitcoin actually came up to try and reclaim that resistance and got a pretty hard rejection from there. So, you know, what do you think? Do you think that this could be a bottom here for Bitcoin? Because the way I see it right now is either we are going to get a relief rally, potentially up to either like 47 or maybe even 55, and then put in a lower high on like a macro time frame, maybe come up a little bit and do something like this. But other people are saying, no, we're just going to continue with what we've been doing. Drop, range a little bit, drop, range a little bit, drop, range a little bit. Where do you see this going right now? Because I have to be honest, I'm bearish on like the weekly time frame, but I do see some room for a relief rally right now, especially given the fact that you know, market Cipher B is about to print a green dot under the zero line, and those have never given us less than a 40% move, even in the middle of a massive downtrend. So do you think we're overdue for some kind of relief here? What are you expecting? Because I'm honestly in a swing long position from, I think, 33.1. And I'm looking to add to it. I'm hoping we put in a higher low in this range and then break out of it. What are your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, that's same thoughts for me. I think a move back, like you say, I've just kind of drawn this same range that you were looking on in the chart. So just seeing, yeah, we do have this value area low down here, which interestingly is lining up exactly with the point of control of this smaller range that we're in. So that's kind of cool. I hadn't noticed that previously. But I do think we're overdue a bit of relief on this. I do think obviously we're in a downtrend and you've got to be trading it as that, which means that when you do have opportunities like this, like we had the other day, you've just got to take them, because at the moment it has worked every single time. You have a quick move up in price, what happens? It just collapses and goes down to the next level, and it's been happening just continuously the whole way down. Over here you take out the highs, so you take out this high right here, what happens? You go and have another downtrend, and it just repeating. Okay, so you've got to be looking at, like you were saying, the trend is down, so drop range, like you say. But I do think at this point we have gone low enough, firstly, that I think most people would have been, like myself included, looking around. Where was it? It was over here, wasn't it?
Like that 39K, 41K massive support resistance flip.
Yeah, it was just before we were like, I was looking for maybe this area to hold and for us to give us a little bit more of a bounce up towards the 46k region, which would have been still a downtrend, but looking to trade it like that. So I think
Yeah, me too.
we're going to have a lot of trap positions up there. At this point, the majority of those would have probably closed out, and I think this has gone a lot lower than the majority of the market could have expected. And I think now probably more so people are looking to take these lows rather than to get some kind of bounce. Now I'm still
Right.
thinking that these lows are still here. That's still a pretty major target. And if we look at what the stock market has done, like if something like we've had very, very bullish stocks like Facebook and stuff, for example, taking out last year's lows, there's no reason why Bitcoin can't do the same. So yeah, downtrend and still looking at those lows, but I do think that there is an opportunity here. The same as the previous range, that there is an opportunity here to get a relief rally. And if that does happen, I could see it being quite significant. So if we are able to put in a higher low, whether that's here or around that 35 300 to 35k region,
Yeah.
which I'm interested in, I do think that that could be enough to give us that little test again of at least kind of coming back up into this region, where we've got a bunch of daily order blocks up here which are all going to act as resistance, and then potentially looking back towards the yearly open to see if we can tackle that at some point over the next few weeks. So yeah, at the moment I'm just trading at level to level because that's what I do anyway. I do swing trades, but I mean, if once I'm invalidated on it, I'm invalidated. I'm not going to be holding it a long way down. I have been buying spot within this region. I did buy some spot Bitcoin when we were down here. I think it's a good opportunity to do so, but yeah, still in a downtrend and no change of market structure yet. So
Right. Yeah, I have very similar thoughts as you. I think if we can get above 42k, which is the point of control of that upper range there, the one that you've got marked out, I think we could see actually much higher, because that is a massive support resistance flip right there. Like if you go to a higher time frame, that was resistance last January, and then over the summer we flipped it into support, with support in the fall, and it's also the golden pocket from the last range high to the low we put in here. So I think I'm looking at that as, the same exact channel that you've got on is a channel I've been watching as well. So, it would be really nice to see, come up to the midpoint of the channel around that $50,000 area. It's about time some of the shorts get punished. I've been logging into my exchanges, and my longs are in profit every day just because I'm getting the funding fee. So, that's a sign that we need to punish some of the shorts, man, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think now's as good a chance as we're going to get. I think otherwise it's, if you take the lows, you're probably going to get a pretty decent rally off of that, but that does take us probably down towards about 23k as a reasonable support. So it's a long way down, and it would make sense at this stage, with all the negative funding and everything, to at least get a rally before we do, even if that's a macro lower high, and then we come down and take this later. That would be, I guess, a preferred scenario, but it's Bitcoin, so Bitcoin just likes to trend for as long as it possibly can.
Right.
So if we do start to change market structure, we'll probably just come all the way back up to the top of the channel again, and that's just the way that it acts. It's crazy like that, because people will then be looking to short this level, and that's when you can squeeze and just continue to go higher until everyone's bullish again. So
right. I've contemplated that as well, going up to the top of the channel again. The main reason why I don't see that happening, and I'm going to pull up my chart real quick, is because we have never seen in the history of Bitcoin, if we go to the BLX chart, a bearish divergence like this, where we have the money flow coming down and the momentum waves coming down. And market Cipher B really does shine on the higher time frames, because it really can show you where the money's going. And, you know, even after the 2018 crash, we didn't have anything like what we see right now. And, you know, just 2 years ago, Bitcoin was $3,000. And we're basically just in a massive sideways range right here. I could see us going back down to test 20K. I could even see us coming back down to test 15K. And actually not even be that bearish on Bitcoin. So, you know, although I do think potentially we could come back up to the high of that channel and put in a new higher high, I think that what has just happened in November was like one of the weakest things I've ever seen. If we saw this happen on like the hour time frame, you know, we'd be like 100x shorting, selling everything we had just to get in a short right here. So the fact that it's happening on such a high time frame, like, do you think that people are in for much more of a dump than we want to admit? Because everyone's super bullish. People forget that this thing was $3,000 2 years ago. Like, people forget that. They think like 20K, oof, man, so low, but it's not low.
Yeah, I'd agree. I do think also like everything around crypto is very different now. I think 2017 and the beginning of the bull run in 2020, 2021, Bitcoin was still a massive thing. A lot of people were talking about it, and it still was. That's what crypto was all about. I think you've got a lot more in the market generally now that can bring in a lot of hype to help get those. Because again, like you were saying, no one was really expecting it would top out here and just not get any continuation. It's crazy that it did that, and it's very weak that it did that. And again, like if this was on the 1 hour chart, then you would fully expect it to come down and take the lows of the range again, because you failed to break out of the highs, so then you break out down to the lows. But it's the macro stuff is interesting to talk about, but it doesn't affect, I don't think it affects me in my trading. Like, of course it's possible we could come down to 23K would be a nice support, around 18K would be a nice support. I think at that stage, if you start looking, if we do come down towards like 18K or something, I think crypto in general is in a lot of trouble. But maybe that's the aim. We're in a different kind of market now. There's a lot of big money here, and they can basically do what they want with price. It's still a fairly liquid market with a lot of big money in it. So if they want it price to come cheaper, I mean, there's nothing we as retail traders can really do to stop that. So I think it's really hard. I think the macro is really difficult here. Reclaiming that pretty good sign of strength, and then you could look towards this. I think another thing that we do have, I noticed this on your chart. Now I don't use market Cipher, but we do have this on some of the kind of, if I bring this up, I don't know, do we? It almost looks on your oscillators that we had on market Cipher that you've got almost this hidden bullish divergence going on the weekly. So you do have lower momentum coming down on a lot of the oscillators, which could suggest that maybe we're just in for a period of consolidation and a really kind of boring market for a while. So price could come up, it could find resistance, meet resistance back up towards these highs, but still not looking majorly at a downtrend. And then you start to just coil up in price, and eventually you get the breakout. Maybe by the time the next half comes or something. So yeah, there's so many different things that it can do. I mean, we're playing a range of like 150% right now, so it's just mad. It's a crazy market, but it's so much fun to trade.
Right, for sure. Shout out to Tactical Analysis in the chat, answering people's questions.
Nice, yeah. That's a friend of ours.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, definitely interesting times to be in Bitcoin, man. Are there any altcoins that you're currently trading? I've been trading Sol. I stopped trading Ethereum. I stopped day trading Ethereum because hasn't been respecting my levels, and I've been like entering a trade, like take profit one, stop out, and then it like goes past my level, and then comes back to where I want it to be. And I've been trading
Yeah,
Sol, man. Sol's been super nice, man. It's soothing to the soul.
yes. Alts, not really. I'm not really interested in them at the moment. There's some, again, I'm getting into positions in them because I mean, last year was crazy for altcoins, like with like 1,000+% moves and things, like everything just going like, yeah, insane. Like more of a bull market for the altcoins than it was for Bitcoin last year for sure. So I didn't really have much in the way of alts towards the latter like half of last year, and I stopped trading them because everything was so like massively overinflated. There's some stuff coming back into areas of interest though, so I don't even know. Like I've started dipping into things like DOT. I do like that this is down here again, lows of a range, weekly, monthly level around here. I'm quite impressed by Cardano that it's holding above $1.
Oh man,
So
bro.
well, like,
I am so
insane.
disappointed with her. You know, me and Cardano, we had a thing going on. We actually were dating for a while there. I picked her up when she was super cheap, and she broke my heart many times, bro. Many times.
I mean,
I don't know if I can ever come back to her, man. Well, I just got an alert over here.
ooh.
Yeah, are you thinking that Cardano is going to hold this support? I was thinking Cardano was going to hold support many supports ago, man.
Yeah, the thing is, it's kind of impressive. Like a whole year, it's been holding this. We're at the same price now that it was last year, and I think that's kind of impressive what it's been doing. So I mean, that's the thing. I've started scaling back into it. I mean, I bought this stuff way back here and sold it around $3.
Yeah, me too. Well, I still have a bunch that I held all the way down.
yeah, that's the issue. But yeah, I think Cardano's will be all right. I think as well, Ethereum, you're going to have a lot of stuff going on in the NFT market space, and you're going to find a lot of these layer ones, which Cardano's not really even put itself up there with like Sol, Luna, Dot, and everything. It's had a really not much of a big year at all. Like most of this was just done because Bitcoin did its thing. So that could be interesting. I've started getting a bit of that. There's some other stuff. I've got back into Sol, One, Harmony. A lot of these layer ones I quite like, and just starting to scale back into positions
on
in those.
On spot, or like, are you margin trading these?
Yeah, just spot.
Gotcha.
So I won't start trading alts with any kind of leverage until there's an uptrend, because I can get as much as I want shorting Bitcoin. So I don't really need to do the same with the alts. I don't see the need so much. I'm not a fan of shorting altcoins. What I tend to do on them is buy spot. Then when things start trending again, then I'll go in hard on leverage and start to really trade those altcoins. And
That's
I just trade it in
man.
cycles. So when we go through this kind of market, I just chill out and I just focus on Bitcoin, focus on one asset, start looking at the legacy markets and things, and ignore the altcoins, because I just don't see much reason to trade them. I'll dip in and out when I see an opportunity, but there's not many. The only one that has been decent recently is QNT, which is one that I just really like. This is another buy and hold thing. A similar kind of situation to you and Cardano. I mean, I bought a ton of this back here. I held it all the way up, took some profit. Wasn't quite expecting it to retrace as far as it has done, but I'm starting to buy back into this now.
Nice, man.
And starting to trade.
You know what's funny? I usually miss the boat on altcoin pumps, and I actually short altcoins more than I hodl them, because by the time I find out about them, they pumped a lot, and it's time to short. Like, I've shorted many an altcoin and done pretty well doing it. So That's one thing you can do if you're always late to the party like myself. Just if things are pumping, wait for that epic short and short it all the way down to the underworld. But Luke,
Exactly, yeah.
you know, I remember last stream, right? We said that we were gonna have to do. You were gonna have to speak with an American accent, and I was gonna have to speak with a UK accent. Have you been practicing your American accent at all?
No.
Oh, come on, man! You can't, because I'm prepared.
I forgot about that.
I'm prepared to do the rest of the stream in my UK accent, if you know what I mean. I could talk like this for the rest of the stream. So you're not prepared at all?
I'm not.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll just have to do it at some point randomly.
yeah, you're gonna have to do it at some point like that. I actually
that was bad.
You're right.
That's what would happen with me if I tried an American accent right now. I'd end up caught in the middle, like what you just did then, and make it a complete
yeah. Oh man! Shout out to all my UK people in here. Yeah. So sometimes I lose it. You know, it's been a while. I've lived in America for a while. I even though I was born in the UK, I came over here about 8 years ago. No, I'm just messing. No,
I was gonna say, I don't believe that.
Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah, bro. I don't know what's gonna happen with Bitcoin and all that time, but I'm in the same boat as you. I'm just taking it level to level, marking out the areas I'm interested in. We're getting a pump right now, though. Look at that, man.
Yeah, it's a nice. So, Golden Pocket held. We came down. I mean, that was a pretty fast move up that we had earlier. We've basically back tested everything that was there, any little inefficiencies in the chart. I don't know if that left single prints or anything.
We could check.
Oh no, maybe on the session. And just on tick size a little bit. No. Yeah, very much a range-bound day. I'd be interested to see if we do get a move up towards like 37,400 because we're lacking any major levels from like a daily perspective. But this being the previous New York session point of control could be quite interesting. We've also previous day value area low there.
Interesting, man. Interesting.
If we are to reclaim that, 37,400 would take us quite nicely back into this region here, which could be a good little.
What time frame is this right now? Oh, the 5 minute.
Yeah. I'm just flicking through stuff randomly, but what's SPX doing?
Looks like it's dumping a little bit, man.
So if Bitcoin's holding here, I would expect to bounce on S&P, and that's what I have been looking for. So the fact that it did take out those lows, I would expect that at this stage to just hold here for a bit and just come back up. So if Bitcoin's holding okay here, has managed to hold this golden pocket region, if it can flip daily open, point of control, I think VWAP's there as well. Oh no, VWAP's right where we are.
Yeah, we're at the point of decision, man. We have to, if we can come above that high volume node right there, the daily open, I see no reason why we wouldn't continue up. Because honestly, this morning, like, you know, when I took the long this morning, I actually took two longs. I longed the weekly, and then we came back down, and I longed the weekly again. And you know, the thing that really stuck out to me here was we had some pretty juicy uneven butt cheeks on the 1 hour time frame on Market Cipher B as we were coming down here. So
Nice.
I mean, this to me, I would like, this is always a long for me, no matter what. Like, especially if we come to a key level like that, the 1 hour divergence don't mess around. Even if it takes some time to play out. Like we got a 1 hour divergence up at the top of the range here, and it took like 2 days to play out. So I was sitting there like sweating for, you know, because I took out a loan. I actually gave my family up to potentially be sold into slavery just so I could take a short here. And I was getting nervous, but it did play out. So this is a really good place to come down to. This is the center point of the range, the point of control of the range. It came up high, but now it's back to where it was. So at least it was. It is. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
see
I mean, the
that?
fact it's holding here and has had a decent, it's holding quite well around that golden pocket region, just coming back in to make a higher low here. Yeah, maybe we get a bit of continuation on this.
Yeah, let's see, man. It would be really interesting because this range that we've been trading in is the only range since November that's actually been in an uptrend. I mean, this has actually been in an uptrend since since that low at 33K, which could be super bearish, right? But you know, we've been steadily putting in you know, higher lows and higher highs along the way up there.
Yeah, it made an attempt, didn't it, back in January, but it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't particularly good back then. I mean, you did have that many uptrend that
Yeah, you're
came
right.
down,
You're right.
formed a higher low at that POC, but then you ended up losing everything. So I mean, we're maybe looking at something that's that.
I would
mean,
love that, bro.
spread out over a much longer period of time, but
That would be super nice, right? If we came back down to take out basically that double bottom from a few days ago. You know, right underneath that double bottom, I'm pretty sure we have a naked session point of control under there, or maybe a naked daily. We have some kind of level under that.
yeah, there's a daily coming in down.
Nice, man. Purple and yellow candles. I like that.
All sorts of colors going on. So yeah, we've got the POCs here, then 4 hour. I mean, that's close enough to a session. You're just looking at a big void below. So I think for me, you'd either be looking at a golden pocket region, holding it and just getting a quick swing failure pattern, chickens drinking down there before the bounce, or you're going to come down to the lows of the range.
You're talking my language, man. That's the equivalent of using an American accent. The chickens are drinking, you know?
See, I understand it now. I watched... Actually, no, that was the first time I actually understood what you meant by it, because that was on your little YouTube video earlier. I watched that one, the little one on your phone.
Oh, you watch my
and
YouTube
then you said
videos.
it's because it looks like a chicken drinking. It pokes its little beak in there.
Yeah,
Nice.
then sucks it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have chickens, Luke?
My parents do.
How come you don't have them, man? You got to get on the chicken train. You're on the soul train.
I might do. They they got three chickens.
Nice, bro.
Yeah.
Do you live out in a rural area or is it like city?
Yeah, my family does. I live in London, so they'll just get destroyed by foxes if I have them there.
Oh, I don't know anything about London. You know, it's been so long since I lived in the UK. I forget.
We had foxes in a neighbour's garden. They like a family of foxes that basically live here. So yeah, if I had chickens, they would not last very long at all.
Interesting, man. Interesting. Well, if anybody's out there listening and you don't have chickens, I highly recommend it. You can go get some fresh eggs whenever you want, and they're much better than the ones you get at the store, and cheaper too.
Yeah, I always make sure whenever I go home, I take back a little box of fresh chicken eggs.
Nice, man. Can't go wrong. But just never put all your eggs in one basket, bro. That's how you get wrecked. That's how you get liquidated. I remember this one time I had all my eggs in one basket, and I did get liquidated because I tripped. And the basket fell, and all the eggs got totally liquidated. They landed right on the patio.
Yeah, was that eggs or was that trading?
It's hard to say because the two blend together in my mind.
Yeah, you liquidate the eggs and then you come and make a bad trade and liquidate yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to everyone in the chat, by the way. If we can get 750 likes, we're going to give away 0.025 Bitcoin.
I'll add to that. If I get 750 likes on my last video on YouTube, I'll also give away 0.025.
Wow, you
but
heard it.
But that has to happen by the time we finish the stream.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There we go. Everyone go and watch it. I mean, yeah, we need twice as many people here. That'd be all right.
Yeah, so Tactical...
Invite your friends, your family, your
Call your mom.
dogs.
Call your mom. Call your chickens. Have them come in. Tactical Analysis, is he part of your group?
He's got a YouTube as well. So.
Oh, really? I should check him out then, huh?
Yeah.
I should check out Tactical Analysis. Oh, nice. I see him here. Nice. Confluence equals confidence. I like that. I like that. That's the truth, isn't it?
Fellow YouTube trader. Good trader.
Nice, man. Cool. I'll have to check it out. Tactical Analysis, thanks for popping by, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Joshua Van Horn. You can find the Tactical Analysis channel link. Oh, are you for Luke's channel? Yeah, actually, I didn't. After the video's over, I will post the Toros Crypto YouTube channel in the description, as well as his website and stuff. But Toros Crypto, search for him on YouTube. He's they're really good traders. They're the best. I've learned a lot from them, and it's an honor to have you on the channel. By the way, Luke, thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Yeah, anyone, you can check out toroscrypto.com as well. So that's just there's a link to the YouTube on there if anyone else needs to see that. So
nice, man.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you want to say to all the kind ladies and gentlemen out there before we wrap it up?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, for sure, man. We'll have to do it again sometime. Maybe you could have me on your channel if you'd be okay with that. I am kind of a tomfool.
No, sure. If we do that, I'll I'm sure I can crack open an American accent for you.
Okay, that would be cool. Shout out to Josh Pierce, by the way. And yeah, man, I would love that. I would love if you busted out the American accent. But all right, cool. Well, guys, everyone, thank you so much for popping by. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to Luke over at Toros Crypto, and also make sure to like his last video. See if you can get 750 likes on it. You know, we're not going to do it by the end of this stream, but we'll definitely perhaps we'll get it. So
that'd be good.
Yeah, man. Cool. Well, you got anything else, bro?
No, I am. Yeah, that's everything for me.
Cool. All right. Well,
cool. All right.
God bless everybody in the name of Jesus the